Welcome to drummagazine.com. My name's Andy Dorshuk. I'm the editor of Drum Magazine. And we are still going through Mitch Mitchell drum parts, and today we're going to look at the drum part from Manic Experience, which was off the album Are You Experienced, Jimi Hendrix's debut album. Now, prior to Manic Depression, if a rock song was in 3/4 or 6/8 or some variation thereof, it usually ended up being a sort of waltz-time ballad or almost like a bluesy track. Either way, it was kind of a slow, laid-back feel. But Manic Depression is anything but laid back. It is aggressive and heavy, and yet it retains that 3/4 groove in a very unusual way for a rock tune. Let's take a look at it right now. Any student of Mitch Mitchell's knows that he took advantage of every opportunity to play fast single-stroke rolls, particularly triplets around the drum set. And in the intro of Manic Depression, he takes full advantage of the fact that he can open the song playing a fast triplet on the snare drum. Let me show you what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3. The basic groove for Manic Depression is really unusual, particularly in the rock idiom. And you know, throughout Are You Experienced, you get the sense that Mitch is constantly going for it, throwing licks out wherever he can, left and right. But on Manic Depression, he actually holds back a bit and just lays down the groove. And you get the feeling that this particular groove was a little challenging for him. So in the studio, he decided, I'm just going to play it straight. And he reserved his fills for breaks that we'll talk about later. Here's the basic groove, though. I'm going to break it down one by one. Real simple. Let's start with with 3 on the floor on the bass drum. It's just 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. That's easy enough. And then we're going to add the cymbal, just mimicking exactly what's going on the ride cymbal, what's going on in the bass drum. So all the magic and all the movement takes place in the left hand. And it's a really interesting beat that incorporates both the snare drum and the mounted tom. And here's what that sounds like. Focuses on the groove for the first 2 verses of the song, playing a very minimal number of fills. And he doesn't really start to fill until after the second verse, when the guitar and bass begin playing a line that leave breaks for Mitch to fill in between. Here are some of the fills that he played on those breaks to give you an idea of where you can take it yourself. After the guitar solo, there's one more verse, the third and last verse, and then the song closes on Hendrix and Redding playing that riff with the drum break over and over as the song goes through a really slow fade out. And at this point, Mitch plays some of the same fills that you heard in the first couple breaks in the middle of the song. But as it intensifies, he uses a couple of devices that are really interesting. He breaks away from the triplet bass feel and starts playing licks that are in straight 4s that add some tension to the intensifying build that is going on. And he eventually just abandons the beat altogether and just starts soloing, doing a lot of triplet work over that repeating bass and guitar fill. Here's what it sounds like. This is just my interpretation of it. It's not note for note, folks, but remember, Mitch Mitchell was all about improvisation. He didn't play the same parts every time he played with Hendrix. So you should feel free to take his ideas and interpret them however you care to. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. This Manic Depression, the heaviest rock waltz ever recorded in history. Thanks again for coming to drummagazine.com, and we'll see you next time with more Mitch Mitchell links.